I'm Tanya.
Sitting here in my Denver apartment, looking out at the majestic Colorado mountains, I can't help but reflect on the long and arduous journey that led me to this place of peace and financial independence. It all started with a fateful night back in my hometown, a night that shattered the illusion of a loving, supportive family. I had returned home to celebrate my mom's 58th birthday. My parents, Robert and Linda, lived in a cozy suburban house, and my younger brother, Ethan, was always full of big dreams and even bigger debts. The dinner at the town's most upscale restaurant, Le Jardin, was as uncomfortable as I expected. Dad ordered the most expensive bottle of wine on the menu, while Ethan regaled us with tales of his latest cryptocurrency venture. Mom, always the optimist, gushed about Ethan's entrepreneurial spirit, while I forced a smile and nodded along. When the bill came, I reached for it automatically, just like I had done so many times before. Ethan patted his pockets dramatically and said, "Sorry, sis, I'm broke right now. But I'll get you next time." Those words were like a broken record, playing over and over again in my mind. That night, unable to sleep, I got up to get a glass of water. As I passed by my dad's study, I heard hushed voices. Curiosity got the better of me, and I stopped to listen. It was my dad and Ethan, and their conversation sent a chill down my spine. "Don't worry, Ethan. Tanya will cover it all," my dad said in a reassuring tone. "But what if she asks about the $70,000 loan?" Ethan sounded panicked. "She trusts us. We'll tell her it's a family investment opportunity. She won't question it," my dad replied smoothly. I felt like I had been punched in the gut. $70,000. That was more than I could afford. I realized that I had been their personal ATM for years. The family emergencies, the car repairs, the business start-ups, it was all a ruse. They were using me, and I had been too blind to see it. I quietly retreated to my room, my mind racing. I remembered all the times I had sacrificed for them. In high school, while Ethan got a brand new gaming console, I had to make do with a second-hand laptop. When I wanted to go on a school trip, I had to work multiple part-time jobs to save up the money, while Ethan got spending money handed to him on a silver platter. In college, my parents told me they had saved for Ethan's engineering degree, and I had to figure out a way to pay for my own education. I worked long hours at the campus library and cafeteria, eating instant noodles for dinner more times than I could count. Meanwhile, Ethan was partying his way through his freshman year. I grabbed my laptop and checked my credit report. Thankfully, nothing unusual had happened yet. I called my friend Lily, who was always there for me. "Lily, they're trying to steal my identity. My family wants me to take out a loan they have no intention of repaying," I whispered, afraid they might hear me through the walls. "Those manipulative jerks. What are you going to do?" Lily asked, her voice full of anger. "I'm not going to let them do this to me anymore," I said, a newfound determination welling up inside me. I created a financial self-defense checklist. First, I would pretend I heard nothing until I could get back to Chicago. Then, I would freeze my credit at all 3 bureaus, change all my passwords, and remove my parents from all my emergency contacts. The next morning, at breakfast, Dad casually mentioned that Ethan might need some help with his new business. The nonchalant way he said it, as if he hadn't been plotting to ruin my financial life just hours before, made my blood boil. But I stuck to my plan and pretended to be interested. Later, in Dad's office, I found Ethan's credit card statements. Charges from luxury stores, expensive hotels in Las Vegas, and high-end restaurants were all over the place. The due date was circled in red, with a note in Dad's handwriting that said, "Tanya's visit, discuss investment." I was the so-called investment. I also discovered that I had been paying the family's bills for years. Automatic payments that I had set up temporarily when Dad said he was having cash flow problems at his real estate business had become a permanent burden. As the days passed, Ethan and my parents started to put pressure on me. Ethan called me at all hours, pleading and then threatening. My mom posted vague Facebook updates about ungrateful children, and Dad even called my boss to talk about my mental health issues. But I didn't back down. I documented every text, voicemail, and social media post. I set up email filters and let calls go to voicemail. I also sought the help of a financial advisor and a therapist who specialized in family financial abuse. I decided to take legal action. I hired an attorney, Sarah, and provided her with all the evidence of their manipulation. Sarah sent a comprehensive cease and desist letter, along with a timeline of their actions and a recording of their late-night conversation. The response was immediate. Dad called me furious. "How dare you? After all we've done for you," he roared. "You've done nothing but use me," I replied calmly. "I've worked hard for everything I have, and I'm not going to let you destroy my life." Over the next few weeks, the consequences of their actions became clear. Ethan's credit collapsed, and Dad had to dip into his retirement savings to pay off some of the debts. The family home, which had been paid off, now had a mortgage again. Finally, I received an email from Ethan.
"I'm sorry.
I'm in therapy now, and working 2 jobs to pay back what I owe. I realize I've been wrong," he wrote. I didn't respond right away. Healing takes time, and I needed to make sure that the boundaries I had set were firm. Now, here in Denver, I'm surrounded by new friends who understand the importance of boundaries. I volunteer at a community center, teaching financial literacy. Just the other day, a young woman asked me if she had to pay her parents' credit card debt. I told her, "No, you're responsible for your own financial well-being." Looking back, I know that standing up for myself was the hardest, but also the best thing I've ever done. I'm no longer the person they could take advantage of. I'm Tanya, and I'm in control of my own life.